Hi there, my name is Allan Knight, and I'm going to take a few moments to kind of introduce myself and why I joined Only the Inspired and what you can look forward to by experiencing the program that I'm presenting here. Just a bit about myself. I'm a former Zen monk, creator of something called the Zen Zone Mindset Training, which I've been administering for over 25 years now. And in a nutshell, the program helps people to overcome things like shyness, insecurity, being too timid, lacking in confidence. And it's a unique formula that if you actually go through within a relatively short period of time, 60, 90 days, if you practice all the things that we teach, then you can come to quite a high level of feeling inner freedom, being content with yourself, feeling a tremendous sense of self confidence, mental toughness, and focus, and really beginning to master your relationship building skills, your communication skills. Because one of the things as a communication coach that I learned over the many years that I've been coaching is that about 80% of communication oozes out from the inside. A bunch of it, of course, 10 or 20% comes from content and technique, the words that we use. They're obviously, when we communicate, we have to use words. But 80% oozes out from the inside. And just to give you a context of this and why I did this in the first place, it kind of goes back to when I almost died on the desert when I was 19 years old, and it kind of freaked me out. And I went from being not a very spiritual person to being open minded to personal development and spiritual development. And when I returned home, I met these two people that lived at the time at the what was called the Zen Meditation Center in Montreal, and they had calm, clear eyes. And they invited me there, and there were about 30 of them, and they all had calm, clear eyes. I said, I want that. And I moved in and I literally became a Zen monk for 9 years until I missed women too much, and then I left the monastery. Uh, well, I learned a couple of things after that. Number one, you don't have to be a monk or nun to learn how to get into what I call that Zen zone of calmness and clarity. And the second thing I learned is that unless you integrate the experience of Zen with every area of your life, it's going to be very limited. So I set out to create a training program because intuitively I felt I had attended a lot of seminars. I had life coaches, and every one of them helped me. So this is not a criticism of any of them, but I felt at some point that intuitively that my destiny was to create a fast track program and a sufficiently comprehensive and practical program that would actually produce results. And the reason I wanted to do that is because when I started meeting people to do the evaluation or assessment to see if there's a fit between me and them, I would literally do an assessment where I'd ask them to rate themselves 0 to 100% on about 30 areas of their life. And I was blown away because many of them told me they had spent five, 10, even $20,000 on self-development. And yet many of them still procrastinated, still had a mind that was way out of control, too busy, too hyperactive. Many of them were insecure, lacked confidence, lacked assertiveness, had social anxiety, and the list goes on. And I said, something's wrong here. And then at some point, the light bulb went on. And that light bulb moment showed me that if, for example, you were a physical fitness trainer and I was in terrible shape, 100 pounds overweight, in bad shape, and I hired you, would you send me to rah-rah motivational trainings? And I doubt it. Would you send me to read a lot of books? Probably not. You get me on a fitness regime and a fitness program, and if I practiced that and exercised 4, 5, 6 times a week along with a nutritional program, in several months I would be in pretty good shape. So I thought if that's true for physical fitness, the same should be true for inner and verbal fitness. And I always wanted to connect the inner and the verbal communication because I knew that I wanted to work with entrepreneurs. I knew I wanted to work in the area of dating and soulmates, which was always a passion of mine as well. So to make a long story short, over the years, I developed and created this 9-step formula that if you go through within 60 to 90 days, will take you to a deep level of all these things: inner freedom, self-confidence, focus, mental toughness, and you really begin to master your communication skills at a whole new level. And if you get off track, you know exactly what to do to get back on track, so it literally becomes a self-coaching system for life. So I just wanted to introduce myself here and let you know that one of the reasons I joined this team here, and I was very blown away by the conversations I had with Robin, that I, like herself, I was very well aware that most people can't afford coaching. A lot of coaches are all in competition with themselves and not only charging a lot of money, but have to learn to market themselves. And many coaches, including me, were somewhat overwhelmed with all of that. I loved her concept in the sense that it's a collaborative effort to bring a whole bunch of coaches together, bring people together so that they don't have to spend a lot of money and they get a lot of added value in the coaching, and it's a win-win for everybody. I really like that concept, and so I decided to get on board. So that's just my way of introducing myself, and what you can expect is the next video is going to be a basic overview of the 9 steps. It's going to take about 30 to 40 minutes. I'll have a few old PowerPoints that I'm going to use. And in that overview, you're going to get a really more in-depth, clear vision of what my program is all about and how it could be of help to you. And once we have that one settled, we'll take you through the 9 steps one at a time. Look forward to meeting you and talking with you. In the meantime, have a fantastic day.